and break it down for us.
So Courage, if you make it into the heats, the qualifiers are all the way to the grand finals. The scoring is the same. The heats each day, there are 3 heats a day. Each heat is 2 matches. The qualifiers, which is this evening, that's what we're getting ready to enjoy. It's 4 matches, and the grand finals on Monday is 6. Now, scoring is done based both rank and elimination. If you get 1 or 2 eliminations, you don't get any points, but it does go towards the tiebreakers, which we'll cover here in 1 second. But if you did 3 or 4 eliminations, that's 1 point. 5 or 6, you get 2 points, and if you get 7 or more elims, that's 3. Now, if you get a top 10 at a minimum, that's 1 point. If you get second or third, that's 2 points, and if you get the victory royale, that's 3 points. Courage. Now, I mentioned the tiebreakers. They are determined in the following order: the total victory royales, the number of eliminations during the entire event, and then your average placement across all the games you played. And if all of those are the same, it comes down to a coin flip.
And I believe that
let's go,
ladies and gentlemen.
Let's go.
Here
Game
we
1.
go. It's game
Let's go.
1.
Day 2, the final week of Summer
sight.
Skirmish. Jack,
Let's go.
and we have a northwest to almost a top center bus. Do that for anybody that doesn't realize your parachute opens in the game, the glider opens around.
Where he's
so what
going.
they're doing is trying to drop over the water because the elevation of the ground is as low
Is
as
he going to
possible, which
Dusty?
means you get a really
Dusty
late
deep?
parachute drop. Yep, that gets them to the east.
Dude, so many people are
southeast
going.
side. We talked about Paradise Palms.
Oh, there's Myth.
We got Myth here dropping into the center Dusty divot.
Yeah, Myth is
this change a
focused,
number of
man.
times over the seasons, and he starts out here, attack, some shield. It's time to take a look around.
Oh, I think you have to
Played
play
about
on
that.
max
Perspective
max
to jump in is
graphics
all
too.
the way at Valhalla, as I like to call it.
Everybody's got on
Votes
max
for some.
graphics.
Majority of players, but
Dude, he's coming in on him. This guy's got a good loadout, bro.
Typically, late game and competitive matches turns into like a very CQC
Bah.
fight. But
If it comes down to a shoddy battle, I'm pretty sure the tack will win here.
He's out. He cannot build now, which means an engagement is forced. The trap lane. Saf goes down. Jumpman.
Jump man, jump man.
Lower side of the map at Flush Factory. There's Netsky. Quick pump shotgun shots to eliminate his opponent. The crowd gets a little bit behind him there. You'll love to see it. Now swapping on over to the complete, eastern side.
Yo, he hit those.
Jay Cuddy taking out King with the tack shotgun, gray or not.
Look at the reaction of the camera. Okay, I'm getting a feel for this.
Great tag. If you're close
That
enough,
man's
if you're
getting
accurate
hyped.
enough, effectiveness is there. You just have to hit your shots, and
now,
we saw right there.
That's not the storm. That's
It's
that's the low gravity zone. By Fatal that's currently in play. This was happened because of the
Dude, hit him again.
That's been rolling around. Quick little swap for Marshmallow, name seen online before. Gonna go ahead and loop this chest just outside Tilted.
I believe I saw it just on the feed. Liquid Poach was just eliminated, a name that we were discussing earlier, which is that's a big one to have go down when there's still 80 players, just under 80 players remaining in the game. But you have to
Smell
remember
that doo-doo,
the
why?
This one,
Damn, why wasn't
is
Say
eliminated.
building?
Someone we watched yesterday that was
Why was he not building? Oh, these nades, bro. He's got no mats. He's dead.
There's no mad.
7 and 5, and that's it. It hopes to grab a little bit enough for one build.
Wow.
5 HP.
Oh my goodness!
The timing.
He's got to try to make something happen. Hit the sniper
One
shot.
medal.
Oh!
What?
Bro.
What?
Storm Tiger makes it all the way underneath.
Okay, and here's his
In
opponent.
that situation?
Maxed health with a shotgun. Storm
purple
Tiger,
You gotta
you
pop
win
the
this
minis,
game,
dog.
you're my dad. Okay.
Give it him toes!
And
You know, he didn't pop
The
them.
father, the tests are back.
You get more health quicker with the minis.
Wallhack Jack, a fellow member of Rogue, looking for an elimination here, but Teenage takes him out.
A live look at the scoreboard. Again, we are running a full-functioning spectator feature here this weekend that catches us up to speed on where we are now. Ben, for everybody at home, let's remind them of how the points work.
This is pretty cool. I like that.
3 to
The
4 limbs
scoreboard?
will earn you 1
That's
point.
lit.
Nobody yet at 3 limbs, so everyone's still sitting with a goose egg.
Lassie's the closest right now, though, with 2, but here we see Painful PvP pushing up, trying to see if he can get above his opponent, but there's a lot of building going on here.
Oh, nice high ground take.
But he does have a top down his opponent.
This guy plays like I do. He just tries to fucking all in them, bro.
A lot of edit and replaces from Painful. The drop down, his opponent closes an edit behind him.
Nice follow through. That guy had a trap.
Shotgun coming in handy.
I would have gone for the trap play
there and picks up all his loot.
because a lot of players will jump into your build like that, but I still would have gone for the trap play.
Are basically 90%.
This guy got a trap kill on a PC player. This guy. This Payday 206, really good player with a controller.
Over to Payday, bouncing around.
Yeah. By the way, I don't know if you noticed that he's an Xbox controller player. You've seen the keybinds down at the bottom is the Y and the bumpers.
No, man.
We've seen a number of players show up with their controllers and stay toe-to-toe with anybody, and it's wonderful to see that.
Oh man, he got all his shields taken off.
Both the console and the PC side.
Maneuvering through them trees. I like it.
In the summer skirmish events a number of times. I've watched his gameplay. Very, very fast edits as we've seen in the past. But he's also scary accurate. Of course, I say that at the shotgun.
Yeah.
A second one coming in. The jump.
It's over for this guy. It's over for the controller guy. There's no way.
There's the edits you mentioned.
Feels bad, man.
Some last-ditch efforts with the clingers, but it's not enough. Payday does go down.
You could kind of tell that he didn't build fast enough when he initially got shot because he was on a controller.
Now, 800 wood,
because he had to make a 180-degree turn and then put a wall up, and he got hit 3 times in that process.
Now, quick note, I just looked down at my scoreboard. Remember when I mentioned 0 people had points yet? Well, guess what? Ghost Aiden just jumped up to 5 elims. 2 points already earned. Our leader at this point, and then Painful now at 3. Those are our only 2 players up to this point, Dr. Lupo, who have earned themselves some points on the board.
Aiden.
There are 3 other players currently alive that have 2 eliminations, 1 more elim pushing them to the 3 to get that single point. That's Kevy, Fluffy, and Zachamp. If they could pull, like I said, 1 more elim.
And it's so important to mention, too, as we see
game,
how Painful
baby.
got his 3rd elim. There it was.
Like it.
Jay Cuddy gets cut down, but the thing to bring up, we had our 33rd player qualify with 1 point yesterday. Aiden with 5 elims already has 2. This is just the beginning of game number 1 of the 4 we'll play. You got to think if you're Aiden right now, you're sitting pretty to potentially qualify for Monday's grand final.
The southeast side, you hear that launch pad at this point. Shivsy might want to keep his eyes up. An opponent launch padded either away.
Oh, Cody's in.
Right there. And there it is.
Cody's in.
His way
Yeah, I hope Cody does well.
The cube coming into play, the zone closing right on it, towards it. I'm so happy to see it. I want to see how it affects things. And
right through, he's watching. He's going to C4 out and drop the player in. He saw him directly above.
Tries to make some fancy plays happen. There's a quick build as well. Trying to protect from the 3rd party that's peeking on in. Still 200 HP for Lenane. 0 elims to this point, so playing a little bit more of a passive game. Trying to use those audio cues and listen for where this player could be. I think he's got him spotted in the brick, and here comes more remote explosives. No! It's only an 8 damage. There's the cleanup.
I like it. Oh.
Onto Ultra. Again, that 3rd party now popping on in. Lenane's got to keep the action going. Keeping the high ground. Trying to spot with this pump. Only 24 more for wood. Thankfully, a ton of
nice. You see that shot that he just took? You see that angle he took? That's a smart angle. That's a very smart angle to go for that shot. Some people don't do that. Some people don't look for that. But in my recent educational commentary, I talked about those shots. Those shots are very useful against good players because it's harder to predict that.
You're building out here. You're going to push from that side, and he could have built a wall. But Lenane said, nope, I'm going to jump to the air, take the shot first, and then we'll worry about building and stopping the drop.
This is actually
oh, console boy.
Fuzzy.
Oh, console boy out here, dog.
Edit.
Yo, don't sleep on these controller players. They're wild.
Will slowly be closing on in. Yes, they're right on the edge, but they will have to move. It's like that player.
I never really watched anybody that's like good on console before.
It's the 3rd party though.
3rd party, bro. Build, homie.
13 HP, and that storm's gonna hit for a lot as it closes on in. Lupo, Magnum Cade knows he's got someone just below, and there it is.
The console boys out here, dog.
We'll have to wait for game 2.
The console boys.
Jack, he was on my flight.
This guy has 7 kills with a controller!
No, fun fact. And
why are they not talking about that he has 7 kills?
Come down here to Seattle.
What the flip? Who is this kid?
He has 7 elims. 7 elims, and there's
he's on Ghost.
Left. We're about to have to add a whole
oh my god!
Playing on controller.
Necessarily have to play for eliminations now because he's capped the number of points that he can
get.
He
plays really smooth.
Now that being said, don't forget tiebreakers. One of the things,
he plays like he's on PC.
Victory Royales.
He plays like he's on PC, chat.
You're not going to see a lot of those, so eliminations count for everything.
He's building and playing like he's on PC.
Is a lot to sit on for this Courage. Right. Yesterday we didn't see very many players hitting even double digits over the course of 4 games, so 7 is
look at that crouch peek. What a beast, man. I'm honestly gonna look that guy up. That's impressive, man.
Shotgun shot there.
For anybody who plays on console or plays with a controller, you gotta look at this guy as inspiration.
Gameplay decisions, though.
You gotta look at this guy as inspiration. Seriously.
Now here's the leaderboard.
He's got 7 kills.
3 other players hit
that low gravity zone ending just outside that area. Players beginning to push on in. Aiden has made the move. So last we saw, Aiden was on the far side of the zone, had to make something happen.
I want to see this guy get 10 kills, man.
Still 31 players.
Yeah, I mean, yes, he has aim assist, but he's playing like
shows
he's playing really well.
Kind of slow
like,
played.
Very
these
smooth,
guys
I should say.
are taking this to try to stay alive for that top end.
Now you can see Aiden kind of sneaking around. I think he may have heard movement from the player above. You have to remember, even a weapon swap, you can hear that audio cue, and so wheels up top. If there's change weapons at any point while Aiden's been in here, he will have heard
I am such a big fan of this guy right now.
Like honestly, he has 7 kills and all these mats. He should just chill, dog.
I am such a big fan of him right now.
This is the next zone. Is the first zone that will be, one of the full rotations that'll have to happen. It's half out of play. Tempo actually just got knocked out of this game by Cease. So
I gotta say, this might be some of the most aggressive. Right in the middle of a rotation, Aiden just says, "You know what? I'm just gonna go for it. I've got a player trapped outside."
So that's very smart of him to give up the kill to get control of the circle.
He's made it into the next zone
really
again.
Smooth,
out of
bro.
metal, but still 300+ materials to use to his name. Over to Levake. Trying to edit on down. Player just above. A little bit of an awkward spot for him to be in.
Oh, he doesn't have mats. Feels bad.
This guy needs to move.
Yeah.
Oh, remember that trap? Remember that trap, Aiden?
There are a pair of them in there.
Remember that trap, Aiden?
There's one.
Aiden just got it. No, that wasn't Aiden.
It wasn't Aiden's bonus.
Oh, that was a different trap.
The second trap, the one closer to the front door. You see the order around the traps tell you whether or not they're yours or not. And we saw when Aiden put one down, there was a second trap with a yellow border on there. There's an opponent.
I thought he was walking into Aiden's. Imagine that would have been his 8th limb.
This guy's using controller too.
One of the few players I think that I've seen thus far holding on to a
he's
bolt
right
action
there.
late in the game. And it's funny to say late in the game. I shouldn't have said anything, but Chuck Nass was
Fly through the air.
but this late in the game, there's 26 players remaining, and this is the first circle move. This is where the people on the east and south side.
The fact that there's this many people alive, it's not good because
actually going down.
This is what happens when you reward top 10.
Kevy taking out Stark UK in the rotation, but
too many people stay alive. Dude, Cody!
Launch pad placed right below him.
Look at this
He's going to
dude.
use that to
Cody's still alive, man.
the opposite side of the zone.
Yo, that dude in the basement.
Sticking yourself down in the basement.
It's Monka ass now, bro.
Bottlenecking everyone above you because obviously you can't mine out through
Aiden has
the floor. Aiden pulling
Aiden.
almost another elim. Looks like there were 3 players in there because he took the shot, didn't get the elim, and
You can't even be upset.
He got 7 kills though. That's points, dog.
But
Crowd behind Aiden, it seems like.
absolutely should be proud. 3 points
3
already.
points for 7 kills.
Clear leader up to this point, but back to the action.
Let me see qualified. 3 points is enough to qualify for the finals. He's going to be in the finals.
He's got 3 limbs, so 1 point for him earned so far. Looking for that quick little.
So you only play 4 games, right?
Does a little bit of damage.
1 point is enough to qualify. I'm pretty sure.
Positioning as we move toward this next one.
He's in a great spot because at this point, the remainder of the players
out of the 100 people,
his structure just got
I think 40 to 45 people will have 1 point or more.
He has
So 1 point and good placements
a ton of damage
will qualify you.
You have a really good moderate range weapon. Joystick
this guy only has 3 guns, bro.
Switches to that almost down to the last bullet of his gray SMG to get that elimination. The southwest corner is going to be a
Scuff controllers are allowed in packs. They allow them.
Where the Storm just to farm. Sean looking on down. He's got all the height he could ever want. Someone now beginning to challenge this high ground. It looks like he'll prioritize him for the moment. And wow, Alpha
this guy has 4 kills. He needs 1 more kill to get 2 points.
35-70. We'll see it in game 2, pal. Sean moves a little bit closer. Now down to just 11. Remember, top 10 earn a point. Hysteria, no!
Hysteria versus Ghost Bizzle, and that puts him out of 11th.
That means Hysteria was 1 a limb. If he gets that a limb, he earns himself a point. Instead, he'll end game 1 on a goose egg.
Now the next circle you see in the top, Courage, is going to be rough for pretty much everyone. Not a whole lot of building was done between here and the north side past Greasy Grove, which means this is going to be an open area move. A lot of players are going to get caught rotating and maybe even run out of materials. We saw yesterday, I asked you about the building over the top, the layers that they're building to kind of create themselves cover while they move on the ground. And with nobody else out here,
3 kills is 1 point, 5 kills is 2 points, 7 kills is 3 points.
It's just farming from up top. He's down to just metal, but here you go.
Beginning of the move.
Oh, goodness.
Taking shots, shooting down at Ghost Bizzle. See some painful running into each other. A player from Tempo having to move simultaneously. Look at the layers here.
Bro, can you imagine if that patch had gone through?
He's going for it all right
where
now.
all these people can't be on the high ground like that?
Crazy fall damage. Cease with one.
That shit would be so hectic.
Now spectating as well. He's been eliminated. You see Sicarios is trying to build with whatever materials he has left. There you go. Builds a little one by one. One player close, only 4 in total remaining. Now, if you make it to the top 3, Lupo, you earn another point.
Top 3 gets 2 points.
Everyone knows that. Nobody wants next one to drop right here.
Skyros, you could hear someone else is popping a shield very close by. That'll tell you there's a lot of players stacked on top of each other.
Is that still showing up top?
I believe it is.
Oh,
nobody wants to rotate. Nobody wants to move. And I don't blame them because the next placement is, like you said, it's an increase in points. It's gonna create slower play from these really competitive players. They know that placement right now is everything.
Ladies and gentlemen, our top
it's intense.
Here, the zone about to move. Everything we've seen will culminate in these final moments. Ghost Bizzle, one of the biggest names online of the summer skirmish up to this point, trying to bounce around, trying to see exactly where he can spot an opponent. The Storm slowly inching forward, everyone within just 1 or 2 walls of each other. It does not get more intense than this. Traps being placed, and now Lupo, this is it. This is the last move they've had to make. 24 seconds until
he has no more mats, bro.
And basically everyone.
This guy has his 5 kills.
Everybody
Sean
has no
might
mats,
still
dude.
be in the best position, depending on the healing of the other players. He has 5 bandages, and healing through HP damage is huge.
Someone's
hear
out
the
of
shots come out. Skyros goes down to Bizzle, top 3, which means these 3 players get 2 points apiece.
That elim for Bizzle not only gave him top 3, but it gave him a 3rd elimination. Bizzle trying to strike down this opponent. It's not going to happen yet, so Bizzle has no healing, and he's only got 60 HP. He's got to force these fights. He's got to make something happen. He's looking to make it happen towards his low side, down to just 1 HP. Can he make the greatest play happen? I don't think Sean drops. Why would Sean ever drop?
This
He's just going
elimination
to die
will be
in
worth
zone.
2 points right now.
Goes Bizzle. Good effort, my friend, but Sean knows. There it is.
The shot in Sean. An excellent play. 6 eliminations.
That Bizzle guy did everything he could.
That's confident. An excellent set of decision-making opportunities there. As he was up top, he rotated at the right time.
Dude, that's intense. That was a good ending.
And great ending there to that one. You see just how intense these games can be. So many players remaining in our final couple Storms. We have some of the replays, though, of our highest eliminator from Game 1. Ghost 8 in the crowd, getting behind him early on. Let's see how we made it happen.
7 kills, man.
Keep in mind, too, a controller player. One of the fastest edits I've seen on a controller. Right there is, as I'm saying, one of the fastest edits. Puts the window and takes the shot. Excellent decision-making skills from him, and some very aggressive gameplay in recent, which we haven't seen a whole ton of. When it was time to move, he was pushing on players that were building themselves into 1-by-1s almost fearlessly. I love to see it, and his loadout was consistent with
my head now.
That's how he did it.
Yeah,
the rift to go. That makes sense. I was wondering how he wound up maneuvering early on. This was towards the end of this one. Try to make this a limb happen, I believe. This gets stolen from him.
Oh, yeah. Wow. What are the odds?
Yeah, this gets stolen from him, if I'm not mistaken. Yep.
Right there.
Frustrating to say the least.
That was smart,
Again,
though. He
see
went
this
to the
pack
gas
bed.
to
You
get
people
the
just a
boogie
little bit of
bomb
a
off.
breather
Man.
before
That was
Game 2
smart.
starts.